What is audiotherapy? We've all felt anxious, sad, traumatized, distressed, stressed, angry, or hopeless at some point in our lives. It's perfectly normal to go through emotional breakdowns or have periods when you feel panicked or unwell. It's how you respond to these challenges that will make all the difference in how you feel, not just immediately, but in the long run. Unfortunately, many people resort to self-medicating behaviors such as overeating, drugs, alcohol, risky sexual behavior. And while these behaviors can provide some temporary relief from feeling unwell, they often only prolong and exacerbate problems, or cause more serious ones. With the popularity of alternative medicine today, you can't help but believe in its legitimacy. Natural healing is much safer and cheaper than drug therapy and other traditional medicine methods. Of the alternative medicine treatments available, perhaps one of the most effective and safe is audiotherapy. You are using hypnosis to treat illness and symptoms, with emphasis on curing sleep disorders, depression, overweight. It can relieve stress, speed healing, and even manage pain. But what is audiotherapy? It is the clinical use of recorded sound, music or spoken words, or a combination thereof, recorded on a physical medium, such as a compact disc, CD, or a digital file, including those formatted as MP3, that patients or participants play on an appropriate device and listen with the intention of experiencing a subsequent beneficial physiological, psychological, or social effect. Audiotherapy is based on the theory that attentively listening to recorded sound, such as music, spoken words, or ambient noise, affects thoughts and feelings, which in turn affect brain electrochemistry and body physiology. It employs a variety of techniques designed to facilitate the mind's ability to affect bodily function and symptoms, and include forms of meditative activity, self-hypnosis, prayer, as well as art therapy, music therapy, and dance therapy. Although the ways in which the mind affects the body are largely unknown, it is explained to a significant degree by psychoneuroimmunology. The term psychoneuroimmunology was coined by American psychologist Robert Eder in 1981 to describe the study of interactions between psychological, neurological, and immune systems. The fundamental theory of psychoneuroimmunology is concisely that the way people think and feel directly influences the electrochemistry of the brain and central nervous system, which in turn has a significant influence on the immune system and its ability to defend the body against infections, diseases and health problems. The immune system affects the brain's chemistry and electrical activity, which in turn has a considerable effect on the way we think and feel. Because of this interaction, a person's negative thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, such as pessimistic predictions about the future, regretful ruminations about the past, low self-esteem, and a depleted belief in self-determination and the ability to cope, can undermine the efficiency of the immune system, increasing vulnerability to health problems. Biochemical indicators of ill health monitored by the immune system feed back to the brain through the nervous system, which exacerbates thoughts and feelings of a negative nature. That is, we feel and think like sick, which contributes to physical conditions of ill health, which in turn make us feel and think of ourselves as sick. The interaction between cognitive and emotional, neurological and immunological processes also offers the possibility to positively influence the body and improve physical health, changing the way we think and feel. People who are able to deconstruct the cognitive distortions that precipitate perpetual pessimism and hopelessness and further develop the ability to perceive themselves as having a significant degree of self-determination and coping skills are more likely to avoid and recover from problems of health. Now, many more people practice self-hypnosis in the comfort of their own homes. While this can be done, it is best to do so if you have practical knowledge or experience. Research on audiotherapy can be done using the internet and looking for online sites that offer information on the subject. A good way to learn about audiotherapy is to know how it started or where it developed, so that you have a better understanding of the practice. Scottish physician and surgeon named James Braid claims to have discovered hypnotism in 1894. After discovering it, he first instructed several clients before actually doing it himself. At the beginning of the 20th century, Emil, who came up with the hypothesis of conscious auto-suggestion that eventually became known throughout the world as an effective self-help scheme. His departure from the common concept of hypnosis was passed on to his followers, the pioneers of modern hypnotherapists. The theory that treatment protocols based on music programs specially designed for the treatment of mild and moderate depressive states can significantly reduce symptoms. Who can benefit from audiotherapy? Scholars claim that when used or practiced correctly, self-hypnosis can benefit everyone. Those who experience different levels of stress and those who need motivation for personal development or to increase performance in strenuous activities such as extreme sports. While it may be easy to say that positive thinking can produce many beneficial results, still, the thought of making the mind cogitate in this way may not be so simple, particularly when we are in our conscious state, particularly when we weigh the pros and cons of each of our actions. But with audiotherapy, the mind can be convinced to do such things and work wonders when it comes to our positive mental conditioning processes. The concentration aspect was found to be specifically helpful for those who want to improve their communication skills, memory and comprehension, creative thinking, focus, and more. Personal mindset can also be dramatically improved through audiotherapy, particularly for those who wish to improve their well-being and further their careers, professional and personal relationships. Additional advances in audiotherapy also include success stories in freeing individuals from addictions, drug abuse, alcoholism, smoking, and physical and mental addiction problems. Audiotherapy works helps and guides the individual to trust that he does not need such substances, such as drugs, for example, to live a free and normal life. It can also help alleviate or even prevent a subject from being influenced by cravings, particularly for recovering addicts in therapy or rehabilitation. An advantage of audiotherapy is the life-changing ability to help individuals overcome their fears, as disorders or phobias, such as fear of the dark, fear of heights, fear of tight spaces, fear of spiders and other phobias, live in a corner of our mind to pursue us whenever the opportunity presents itself. Through audiotherapy, these concerns are accessed and altered, using hypnosis strategies that can eradicate irrational thoughts and fears, allowing for a richer, healthier perspective and the inputs that cause the worry or phobia. Any problem cannot be solved unless you get to the root of it, as is the case with your phobias. Discovering the source of your fear is crucial. Knowing the triggers of your fears will help you to deal with and/or fight them. No matter what kind of fear you have, there is always a source that activates it. Write down environmental, emotional, or additional factors that may trigger your fear. This will help you to decipher the source of your phobia. In addition to external triggers, be sure to consider internal triggers as well. Was there something in your past that produced this emotional reaction? It's essentially as easy as asking yourself, why am I scared? A different crucial reason why discovering the source of your fear is essential is that it allows you to assess whether it is something you can manage and control on your own or if you need professional help. If you want more success in overcoming your fears, you need to take the initiative to get proper help for any phobias or anxieties that consume you. Keep positive thoughts. Fears that have a negative impact are also triggered by negative ideas and perspectives in life. You should try to get these negative thoughts out of your mind and keep yourself from feeling depressed. Communicate with your inner self. There is no person who knows your fears better than you do. You need to build awareness of your concerns by identifying them and breaking them down into more manageable components. Assess your fears. Some fears are irrational and often occur in the individual's mind rather than in the real world. No one wants to live their life in incessant worry or fear, no matter how intense it may be. An anxiety-free life is one that offers you the most opportunities for personal growth and freedom. Set aside time every day. Find a place where you can isolate yourself and focus. Your goal is to transfer yourself to a low-stress position where you have control over your fear, not the other way around. Visualize your fear as a concrete target that you will demolish. You won't believe how this procedure will be able to calm you down. Most worries are caused by the unknown or people's inability to have command over a certain state of affairs. When you are suffering from certain types of fear, you need to check the reality of the situation and gather as much information as you can. The more facts you consider, the less tense you will be about your situation, as you will be able to deal with it. If you are one of those individuals who is too afraid to talk to yourself or face your fears head-on, it is best to seek professional help. The therapist will assess your fears and suggest strategies you can use to combat your fears. Overcoming fears is usually a long process. The purpose of audiotherapy is to reprogram your subconscious, which contributes to producing these irrational fears. If you have any reluctance about commanding your brain programs, then you should rest assured that audiotherapy is a safe technique. Before you know it, you've abandoned some brain planes that produce the high level of anxiety associated with your irrational fears. Audio self-hypnosis recordings are available everywhere, whether in stores or other commercial establishments, but the most popular and convenient source is through internet downloads, offering audio recordings for free or for a reasonable fee. The cost of audio recordings varies by content. Some recordings put more emphasis on instructing you how to calm down and do self-hypnosis, putting you on mind walks where you use your imagination to calm yourself down. All you need is a quiet place and your iPod or MP3 player or similar device. Relax and tune into the recording and allow your subconscious to receive the subliminal messages embedded in the recording. You can hear it when you go to bed at night without having to worry about after effects the next morning. You can also set aside some break time each day for yourself. This can be the best time of day to relieve stress or strengthen your resolve to achieve the goals you've set for yourself. There are self-hypnosis recordings specifically tailored by a professional hypnotherapist for a specific user, and they are more expensive, especially if they are accompanied by multiple real-time sessions with the professional hypnotist. They can be more effective as the recordings reinforce sessions with the hypnotherapist. Audiotherapy works well for those with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, depressed, overly anxious, and other cases where the person tends to think negatively. With audiotherapy, this negativity is addressed so that the thought processes perceive the positive side of things, thus achieving the desired effect. With audio files, you can focus more on relaxation, and you can be sure that the messages, whether subliminal or not, will be positive messages. Audiotherapy does not work in just one session. To access the subconscious, the hidden mental part, requires time and discipline. The subconscious mind is hidden very deeply. It takes a while before you can access it, and it takes a lot of practice. The conscious mind, on the other hand, has the ability to filter information, to choose shortcuts that are less tiring for it. No suggestion will work if your conscious mind rejects it, so it needs to be practiced daily. Getting healthy takes some work, like any goal you want to achieve in life, but it's so worth it.
If you like our channel, subscribe, like, activate the bell to receive our news.